mean, what other animals dance to music? Let's find that out.
Chimpanzees don't?
I don't think so. Boy, they're smart as shit, though.
Yeah.
They're spooky smart. When you watch them solve puzzles for candy,
Mm-hmm.
you know they gave chimps money. They taught them that if they take this money, these tokens, and give it to this person or put it in this thing, they would give them candy. You know the first thing they did was? They gave it to the female chimps, and they had sex with them. They immediately engaged in prostitution.
Where do you find this stuff?
Oh, that's old. That's an old study. That's from a long time ago. I've just been always fascinated by chimpanzees. I mean, they're one of the most bizarre relatives to us that's still around. You've seen Chimp Nation?
Yeah.
On Netflix. Amazing, right?
Yeah.
God, it's so fascinating.
Yeah.
But I don't think they dance. Do you think they do?
I think they have rhythm.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Think they move around?
There's videos of them doing some ritual,
Oh.
I think.
Ritual.
There's some rhythm.
So what is this? Look at it, he's breakdancing. But that
That's
looks like he's
dancing,
just having
man.
a good time.
That's dancing.
Is that what he's doing? Is there music playing? But is that real? Is that the real music? That seems like that's added after the fact. Yeah, look, he's doing fast steps. Look how long his arms are. Isn't that crazy? It's just crazy that we come from the same original root. It branched in a bunch of different ways.
Yeah.
But
7 million years ago.
that's what's fascinating is that they're still here. They're still here in that form, which is the dumbest anti-evolution question ever. If we came from monkeys, why are monkeys still here?
It's a good question.
Well,
Yeah.
why are amoebas still here, sir?
Yeah.
You know, why is anything still here?
Why are we still here?
Yeah, well, but some things can function in the state they are, and they don't need to adapt. That's why crocodiles they've been the same forever. You know, sharks existed before trees. Sharks predate trees. So sharks are so old. They've been along for I think they're 50 million years older than trees.
But trees are pretty old to begin with.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I think sharks are somewhere in the neighborhood of like 300 and something million years old, and trees are 50 million years less. What is it? Yeah, there it is. Sharks have been swimming our oceans much longer than trees have been swaying in the breeze on land. The birth of trees on Earth is believed to have occurred roughly 370, 390 million years ago. That makes sharks at least 10 million years older than trees. Oh, so I was off by 40 million. But yeah, older than trees.
You missed your calling as an evolutionary biologist.
Not really. No, I just like interesting information. But especially about things like that, you know, like sharks, the cleanup crew of the ocean. That's how do you manage just vast, literal sea of life that moves in 3D space? It just moves all over the place, and things are going to die, and what happens to them? Sharks. This massive beast that has to keep moving or it dies. And it's so old, and it's designed just for killing and eating, and it has rows of replaceable teeth, and the only bones that it has at all are this massive jawbone and these ridiculous razor-sharp saws that just slice things in half, and it just roams the ocean looking to consume.
Have you ever had a shark encounter?
I've had sharks bite fish off my line. I've never had a shark encounter. I was like, Jesus, there's a shark. No. Have I seen them in the wild? I do not know. I don't think I have. I don't think I've seen a shark swimming through the water. I've seen a lot of dolphins, a lot of whales. I don't think I've ever had a physical encounter with a shark.
Have you dreamed about sharks?
Not really. What are you, a psychologist? What the fuck is going on? The guy's a shrink now. What happened? Where'd regular Brian go?
I'm curious about your mind.
I dream about wolves.
I'm getting somewhere with this.
Yeah, I dream about wolves a lot.
Really?
Yeah.
What do you dream about?
Running from wolves.
You're running from wolves?
Yeah.
Why are wolves chasing you?
I think wolves chase people a lot. I think some people got away, and I think that genetic memory gets imparted in some folks. I have a high percentage of Neanderthal DNA. You know, when they do
you know that?
23andMe,
Yeah.
57% more than regular people.
Wow.
Yeah.
So you were chased by lots of wolves?
I think ancient people, I think most ancient people, that's what the Big Bad Wolf and through Little Red Riding Hood, all those ancient stories of wolves were all because they were killing people Like wolves have always preyed on human beings. It's always been a part of human existence until we eradicated them, and now we're bringing them back, which is to me wild. Like, have you guys thought this through? Like, there's a reason why we were so scared of them forever, but then we forgot what it's like to be scared of them. Like, oh well, if they get too many, we'll just kill them again. Like, no, you won't.
How do we domesticate them in the first place?
You don't domesticate wolves.
How did it happen?
You make dogs.
But where did dogs come from?
Bitch-ass wolves. That's what it is. Bitch-ass wolves that were willing to come near us in the fire, and then we give them a little food, and then they realize that they could be our friend. They can get food. They don't have to hunt. And then we use them to protect the outer perimeter and to keep bears out and things like that, and cats away from people. And that if the wolves stayed close, things didn't want to get near the wolves, and so they would avoid us. And as long as we kept that kind of a relationship, they've done these studies with foxes where they've had wild foxes, and in a small period of time, every time they had an aggressive fox at all, they killed that fox. And they kept these domesticated foxes. And over time, their ears flopped, their eyes got bigger, they became more appealing to us, more submissive. They basically became dogs over a very short period of time. See if you find that fox study. It's very interesting. That's probably what happened with wolves. I think the wolves that realize, like, hey, it's hard out there, running a pack and being an alpha and getting cast out, and like, maybe I could just get near these other things and I could get a little bit of their leftovers. Like, if they do really well, like maybe they get a buffalo or something like that, they kill a bison, that's a large animal. They're not going to be able to eat it all. They're going to leave like a little bit for me, and they're probably not going to eat the bones, and wolves crush bones. And so, like, maybe they sort of develop this sort of relationship. Because wolves are very curious of people, too. And they come near people, and they're fascinated by people. But the problem is when they want to eat you. And that does happen. And it's always happened. It's always happened throughout history. In fact, in World War I, there was actually a ceasefire between the Russians and the Germans because so many of them were getting killed by wolves that they decided to stop shooting each other and kill the wolves and then go back to killing each other. You ever heard about that one? No. Yeah. Well, because it's trench warfare, right?
Yeah.
So people are getting shot. And, when you're getting shot, you're dying in this trench. And sometimes these guys would just get overwhelmed by wolves. Like, wolves would find them in there and just tear them apart. So imagine you're in trench warfare in World War I, and you're hearing in the middle of the night people screaming. And you hear, they're just getting torn apart by wolves. They would send out parties, and like search parties, and